Hi, welcome to Far From Eden. At the end of every video that I make for you guys, I always remind you to protect your peace and feed your souls. And I know that for some of you, you're on it. You're doing those things that fill you up because the world is attacking you. And you don't have the female privilege. It isn't easy for men. Life isn't set up that way. You guys get blamed, you get accused, all the rest of it, So how do you get started to know how to feed your soul? How to get started to protect your peace? Well, I'm not sure as a woman I could tell you that, but I can tell you that it is important to have a chuckle. And many of you have said that something you'd like to see is me cover more comedians. And one of those comedians, we've looked at Bill Burr already, and that's always enjoyable because I am familiar with Bill Burr and appreciate him very much. But another one that several of you said that you wanted to watch with me is Patrice O'Neal. I've never watched Patrice O'Neal's comedy before. I don't know how. It just, sometimes just certain comedian or certain, actor or whatever just kind of slips past you. So today, that's what we're going to do. I'm a little scared because I don't know, I don't know what all he's going to say. But I actually found a montage that opens with Patrice O'Neal. I skimmed through it making sure it was all male comedians because I wasn't about to watch, what is her name? Amy Schumer, talk about women. I don't want to go there. No, thank you. There's so many other things I would rather do, like have my fingernails peeled off. But, yeah, so there's a montage of other comedians, and at the end, there's more Patrice O'Neal. I think he's kind of spattered throughout. There's some Bill Burr, and there's some comedians I don't recognize. So I think it's going to be fun. And I think it's, comedians are the ones that are allowed to tell the truth. They're the court jesters. They make us laugh. And why is it funny? It's funny because it's true, right? And we should be able to laugh. I'm not here wanting to bash women. That's the last thing I would ever want to do. But we should be able to laugh at ourselves. And, anything. We used to be able to make jokes about our differences, male, female, different races, and we'd have a laugh and it was funny. And now in today's, political climate, everybody's so touchy. So the people that can still, I know Patrice O'Neal has passed away, but the comedian Bill Burr is still, working, and there's some other comedians that can say some things. Jim Jeffries, I think, is another one. And they're the ones that can speak the truth. They're still not bashing women. It's funny. And I think there's something a little bit insecure about women if this really bothers them. But anyway, without any more of that, let's have a laugh because it's the way you get through it sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta watch a stand-up comedian. I know I do. It's one of the things I do to help me get through difficult things. And also I wanted to mention that September is National Self-Deletion Awareness Month. And I saw that in a magazine this morning at Physical Therapy. And I thought of you guys because I know the statistics of men doing that. And I don't want you to. I don't want you to. And I've been in dark places myself. And one of the things that kept me going was knowing that you need to have a laugh. And you really should have peaceful lives with families and little children that make you laugh and make you smile. But many of you were robbed of that. There's not a lot of peace in the family life situation nowadays. It's happy wife, happy life, and it just means nag, nag, nag. And then, anyway, see, I need the levity. I get way too serious about all this stuff. So I'm excited to watch these new comedians. Well, new to me. All right, make sure we're at the beginning. And Let's go.
Look, I've never had a worse breakup. They're all the same thing. Women try to force themselves on me, and I get very frightened. Forcing me to call, forcing me to listen when they call, forcing me to watch the dumb they want to watch on television, forcing me to take them out, forcing me to wear what they think I look cute in, forcing me to play Xbox with them when they're not even interested in the game. They get pissed at why. Forcing me to cuddle afterwards, even in the summer. It's hot, bitch. I still love you. Look it, man. Ladies, if you want to know how to make your man happy, just think about what makes you happy and do exactly the opposite.
Who are safer drivers, men or women? Well, according to a new survey, 55% of adults feel that women are most responsible for minor fender benders, while 78% blame men for most fatal crashes. Please note that the percentages in these pie graphs do not add up to 100% because the math was done by a woman. For those of you hissing at that joke, it should be noted that that joke was written by a woman. So now you don't know what the hell to do, do you? No, I'm just kidding. We don't hire women.
I don't know.
Sorry, just stop for a second. Norm Macdonald, such a genius comedically. When I was younger, not because of that joke, but when I was younger, I didn't appreciate what a good comedian he is because I didn't understand the subtlety of it all. That was brilliant. He kept throwing it back and forth, so now you don't know what to do, which that's so good. Because true, I can just imagine the minds of the women in the audience like, wait, I should be offended. And they do, the propaganda gets triggered and they're like, oh, I should be offended, therefore I'm going to be. It's like, just listen to it and laugh. You know, if you're so strong and independent, why are you so sensitive, right? Strong and independent people can laugh. Okay. Oh, I remember Greg Giraldo.
So much about women, obviously, especially attractive women. They have a different sense of the world, you know. A lot of times they don't even understand that the world's much easier, or at least that the world bends over backwards. Where I was talking to this girl and she says, you know, you should just go to Europe. You should just go to Europe. It's so great there, you know. You just meet people. You just meet people and they show you around. You know, guys on their motorcycles will show you around. Like, you meet people. Really? Really? Is that how it plays out? Is that how it's going to play out for me, do you suppose? Really? I've been to Europe. I don't remember any private tours. I was standing on a lot of sidewalks. Someone pulled up on their Vespa. Hey, come on! Woo! Thank you, Giuseppe. The city is beautiful.
Okay, not to be, I used to think that people were just really, really nice and always super helpful. I used to think that. I used to think you can always find somebody, a man, who, you know, wants to help you and assist and like show you where something is or get something done for you or fix this for you. I just thought that's how people were. And then, embarrassingly, not that long ago, in life, I was informed, no, that's not the reality. You're having a different experience. And that's when I realized I don't want to take advantage of these people who are helping me. I don't want to send any like wrong messages, but yeah, he's absolutely right. It's a whole different world. For an attractive woman in this world, it's a completely different experience. Not to mention it's a different world for women. There's female privilege. Absolutely, there's female privilege. Even for homely women, there's female privilege. But then when that woman is attractive, it's easy. You know, you even get jobs easier. Everything is just easier. And the thing is like, well, what do you do if you're one of those women? You can't change it really, but you have to, it's sort of a power that you have to not take advantage of. You have to be careful with it and be humble about it. And that's not what you see. You see a lot of women that are using it to manipulate, using it to get everything they can from every man they can. And they don't care what men they lead on. They don't care. In fact, even better. And they have to be taught not to do that. But that is absolutely the reality. Goodness gracious. Oh my gosh. I forgot his name, but I recognize this one.
Oh man, I like all kinds of girls, really big, small, sleeping. Who hasn't? Dated a lazy-eyed girl for a little bit. Don't laugh, man. She's a hell of a skeet shooter. That's my favorite joke, man. I used to get mad and get up in her face and go, pull, and just watch her eye go out like that. That's my favorite joke. But, I don't know, man. I like to date a homeless lady, man, because after the date, you could just drop her off anywhere. But I like a strong girl, you know. I like a sturdy gal, man. You know, kind of girl who, you know, get into some things, you know. I mean, these skinny girls, man, like making love to a can of pickup sticks, you know. I'm serious, man. It's like making love to a pillowcase full of deer antlers. I need a freaking sturdy, man. I need a girl that's got a little harump, you know. I need a girl that's got some in her, you know, maybe a little diesel in the tank. The kind of girl that'll just snatch a goat off a bridge if she has to. You know, the kind of girl that gets into some things. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause these skinny girls just don't do it for me, man.
I'm at that age where everybody I know is getting married. Let me ask you a question. Why the hell do people keep getting married? You know what I mean? Isn't anybody looking at the stats? You know what I mean? 3 out of 4 marriages go right down the shitter, right? If you were going skydiving and they told you 3 out of 4 parachutes weren't going to open, you'd be like, yo, fuck that. I'm not going.
Exactly.
Like, I don't like those odds. I have a 75% chance of splatting on the ground. But there's something about getting married. People just have to do it, right? They're just like, is this the line to lose half my shit? Awesome. This is going to be great. No, I'm just kidding. I love women. I'm just not compatible with them. No, they got too much energy for me. You notice I said they always have to be doing something. You know, like they can't like take a day off, you know? You can't have a day off when you have a girlfriend. They just like see that open day. They're like, oh my God, let's fucking fill it up with shit. They just come at you with like one horrible idea after another. They have the worst ideas. They do. You ever get to this one, they'll be like, you want to go to brunch? You want to go to brunch on Sunday? And inside you're like, fucking no. But you can't say that. You got to keep her happy, right? So what do? You agree? Yeah, let's go to brunch. What a great idea. Why would you want to sleep in on a Sunday when you can go pay $52 for eggs? Now you're thinking. Then we can sit around and listen to your friends have moronic conversations about the eggs, you know, like, is that pesto? Is that pesto in your omelet? Oh, it's asparagus. It's asparagus. I thought it was pesto. I was dating this girl recently. She was like really into like women's issues, you know, because women always go on TV, you know, they say all they want is be treated exactly like guys. But if you listen to them, they don't. All they want is the good shit of being a guy. They're cherry picking. They look at a guy's life like it's like a buffet, right? Like you just can start picking out stuff like same amount an hour. We'll take some of that. Pay for the movie. Fuck that. You can keep that one. This is nice. That's yucky. That's icky. Hey, come on, people. You can't choose.
I called phone sex the other day. I don't know. Maybe not. Some people here don't get into that. But phone sex is kind of depressing because you see these ads on television, 19-year-old girls going, call me, call me. You know, so I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll call you. You know, so I call. I never end up getting the 19. I end up getting some 55-year-old woman named Blanche. You know, she's like, I'm going to take your trousers off very slowly.
Ew.
Then I'm going to play with your balls.
Ew.
That's a nice one. That's a very good one.
Look, I'm here for you. I'm just telling you what we are. You know, not who we are, what we are, just like what we are that makes us struggle. And really, men are perfect creatures except for, you know, one. Like if most women would want to be a man, if you didn't have to give up that power that you have, which is our weakness. That's our weakness. It's very difficult. I'm telling you, man. Like I don't want to be with other women ever. Like I want to just walk down the street and go, I never need to look at another woman again because I'm with the last woman I'm ever going to be with. And I'm like, but it ain't real. It's just like no guy wants to cheat and hurt his woman, man. That hurts. First of all, think about what cheating is for a second, ladies. Cheating is a man. He sneaks out of his own house to go like find some happiness behind your back so your feelings aren't hurt. Cheating is for you. It's not for me. We don't want to hurt you. If you give a lie detector test to a man and a woman and ask them the same questions, man, we would pass them both up to a point where it's like, hey, ask a woman, you love your man, you love your family, you love your home, you love what you built. Yep. All right. You see Brad Pitt or Denzel Washington or whatever standing there, would you risk everything you built with your man just to sleep with him? And women, look, they'll go, nah, I wouldn't. And they'll pass the test. They'd be like, you know, they look good, but I wouldn't. Ask guys the same thing.
You know what, though? This was a while ago, and I think it's a little different now. I don't think that women think about, well, would you risk all the stuff you built? Not that they built it, but I don't think they think of it that way. They really don't think it through like that. They just think, they don't think, they feel, well, I'm ignored and he doesn't value me and blah, 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 blah. He's emotionally abusive, probably because he doesn't think everything you do is golden and he doesn't want to put up with some BS. So, yeah, I think it's not as true as it used to be, maybe. Or maybe it was never true. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think if it was ever true. If women were more loyal. I don't know. Like before Instagram.
You know, boom, love your woman, the kids, the house. Yeah. You see that girl passed out behind the dumpster? Would you risk everything for a passed out woman behind a dumpster? I don't want to, but look at her with garbage on. She looks so cute with garbage on.
I really don't trust beautiful women. You know why? Because they're only around when you have shit. It's like the second you get if you don't have anything going on, you're just like hanging out with trolls and shit. You know what I mean? But the second you get some shit going on, they come out of the woodwork like, oh my God, you have some stuff. Can you buy me some stuff? And then the second you go broke, they're like, oh my God, I left something over here. You know, it's just a real fucking turnoff.
I was
funny. He was in the position to, monkey branch. See, comedians speak truth. They speak so much truth. And even Patrice O'Neal just then kind of making a joke, and he was kind of making a dig at men, saying that women would be more loyal and, men would want the chick passed out by the dumpster. But it goes to show you, like with home math, what home math teaches about how, what did he say? Brad Pitt, Denzel Washington, like 8s, 9s, 10s, and girl, by dumpster. Guys will do it with a 4 or a 3. They will. If it's a slow night, they will. But women are, they look at the 8s, 9s, and 10s, and this, again, it's telling all the truth. It's some of these things are just fundamentally true and have been since the dawn of time. And I don't think that they'll change because people's nature. Human nature is human nature, both male and female.
I was talking to this friend of mine, and she said, you know, it's really hard for women in a lot of in the workplace in a lot of cases. You know, there's a lot of discrimination. She was pointing all these jobs out. There's no very few women in this field. Not pilots. There are very few women pilots, and that's true. There's not a lot of women pilots. I noticed. I was on a plane the other day, and the pilot came on, and it was a woman. It was a woman's voice. She goes, "This is your captain, Captain Johnson," and everybody on that plane, men and women, were like, "What the fuck?" Seriously, put the real pilot on. Holy shit, this is a big fancy machine you're driving, Buttercup. This ain't some kind of Barbie's dream car you're dicking around with. But there are jobs that are hard for men to get too, you know? Bikini waxing jobs for dudes. That's not easy. Damn, here for the job. Pussy waxing or something, what is it? I like pussies, I like wax. I figure, you know, mix them up. I got my tools in the truck. You want me to start right now?
Is it? It's Michael. A lot of women don't cook anymore, man. And here's my thought. It's true, gentlemen. Look at us, hungry clap. You hear that hunger clap? You hear that hunger clap? And here's my thoughts, ladies. If God didn't want you to cook, then why did he naturally put milk and eggs in your body? Ingredients, staple ingredients. I like the crate.
So I met this woman, and she was very nice. We ended up sleeping together, and well, I fucked her, whatever you want to call it. So anyway, we're having sex. She turned out to be a nymphomaniac, and I know that most guys think that that's what they want, but then you find out that it's kind of a nightmare, you know, because this is a woman who wanted to just keep going and going and going and going and going, and so do guys, but we can't, you know, because you're like, yeah, this is great. Wow, this is okay. All right. Shit. Hey, can we stop for a second? And she was like crazy too. She's like pulling me in and going, come on, fuck me. Yeah, come on. And I was like, I think I am. I don't even know anymore, you know? So anyway, finally we're doing it from behind, which was good for me because I couldn't hide the pain in my face anymore, you know? And then she starts really getting into it, and she starts like backing into me really hard. She's going like, bam, bam, bam. And it really fucking hurt a lot. So I had to say something to her, you know? So I said, hey, take it easy. Which is the most polite thing I could think of, you know? I didn't want to say, hey, don't back your snatch into me so hard. You're going to rip my dick off, you fucking lunatic.
Imagine if it was the other way around. And the other one, and he was hurting her. He's supposed to just take it, isn't he? And it's funny, apparently. Like the women are like, I couldn't laugh at that. I just can't laugh at that. Yeah, I can't laugh at that. There's too many things that happen to men. I can't laugh at that.
I thought that might hurt her feelings.
Well, Premiere Magazine's list of the 100 most powerful people in Hollywood hit the newsstands this month. In an odd bit of ranking, Demi Moore was ranked number 28, while her breasts were ranked 20 and 21. So
This girl gives me shit. She goes, well, why does a guy make more an hour to do the exact same job? I go, I'll tell you why. Because in the unlikely event that we're both on a Titanic and it starts to sink, for some fucked up reason, you get to leave with the kids and I have to stay. That's why I get the $1 an hour. No, it's $1 an hour surcharge. You hear a bump in the night, I gotta go check it out. Like, yes, he does have a knife. Anytime there's a hostage situation, who do they negotiate for? Well, at least let the women and children go. Well, what about me? You think I want to stay in the vault? Those 20 other sweaty guys sharing a bag of peanuts, you know? Praying to God I'm not the hostage who gets dragged out by the psycho with a gun to my head as he's asking the cops for a helicopter, which I know he's not going to get, right? I know he's not getting the helicopter. So now I got to make idle conversation with the 38 to my head going, dude, go for rent-a-car. I think you should go for the rent-a-car. See what I'm saying? Where are all those feminists then? You can't find them. We had no feminists in a house fire. You can take the most hardcore feminist, some chick right in your face, you chauvinistic son of a bitch, little short, little haircut, Second those flames break out, she'll twist those little hairs into pigtails. Oh, I'm just a girl. I want to go play jump rope.
Oh my God. It's right. It's right.
No, that's why I hated that movie, the Titanic. Every girl I meet thinks that movie's romantic. It's irritating. I think that was really romantic, don't you think? It's like, no! It's a fucking horror film. And they're always like, why? I'm like, because all the guys die. See, you're watching it trying to relate, going, who would I be? You'd be that chick floating away in the big piece of luggage, right? I'm watching it going, who would I be? I'd be that dude when, like, the boat breaks in half, that dude who, like, falls straight down and bangs off the shit and goes in the water. That's who I'd be. I'd be wearing a tuxedo, not because I wanted to, but you wanted to dress up that night, right? I'd be falling the whole way down going, I should have fucked that chick in first class.
Gals, it's like understand a little bit of like just to sympathize. It's like we're like sport fishermen. This is what I'm saying. That's what men are. Being with one woman, for real, ladies, if you just said thank you to your man for being faithful, you just go, thank you, man. Thank you for fighting. He'd be like, damn. And if he told his friends that you thanked him for fighting hard and not cheating, his friends would be like, what? Like they would look at you like you was amazing. It's simple. Men like to fish. And sport fishing is different from catching fish for food. You just get it, you catch it, and you show your friends. Because you want them to know that you can catch fish. You take a couple of pictures so you can show people the fish that you have the ability to catch. And then you release it back into the water. But a lot of women in here, you have boyfriends or husbands, you a fish that jump back on the boat and just was like flapping, looking at me like, hi, I was wondering if you're gonna be fishing here again next week. Like, oh my God. Yeah, for other fish, get off my boat. Is that how you treat all the fish? You'd be like, oh, God damn. Nope, I'm sorry, sweetie. You're the last fish I ever wanted to be with. Now you stuck. Stuck with the last fish who was loving you and fighting hard to be on your boat. Then she got comfortable, and now instead of doing this, she's like, so we've been together for like a year now. Why do you still have a boat? You'd be like, so what's she trying to say? I can't catch fish no more? Why do you need to catch a fish? Because if I lose my ability to catch fish, then you're not gonna find me sexy no more. So you gotta smell fish on me so that you know I can catch fish so you can act right.
Oh my gosh. I never thought about that. Okay, he's right.
Look, I've never had a worse breakup.
Nope. Okay. He's right. I think that's true. You know how women would rather compete over an 8, 9, and 10? Like they'd rather be competing for an 8, 9, or 10 who's not committing to them, but is dating multiple women. They'd rather be in sort of that harem. And they know that those guys can get other women, and they still want those guys. Rather than, say that woman's a 5, and rather than find a man who's a 5 and build a life with him and have a family with him, no, there's something about the man that's a high value man that other women want, that women are drawn to. It's something about women that they want to compete. And if they know the man has the ability to get these other women, then they think he's more valuable in their eyes, so they want him. And if there's a 5 who doesn't have the ability to get all these different women, then they look at him like he's less than. And that is just the wrong way to look at the world. It's such a shallow way to look at the world, to judge people like that. And I'm not saying don't be judgmental. I'm not saying like that kind of a judgmental, but it's just so wrong to be like, I want to get the guy, like I want to win that guy. But yeah, and so men go, well, what do we do? You can't. You can't fix that. You can't. You're not gonna be like a 5 that's like, well, I guess I got to get other women to want me so that this woman that I love will want me. No, because with women with that attitude, they're not wives. They're just not wives. When that's the way they look, when they're that shallow and that's the way they look at everything, they can't be a serious wife. They don't have the character for that. They don't value the right things in people. And certainly, if it's a woman who's sort of in a high value man's harem and she's that promiscuous anyway, it's probably not a wife either. That's why those women are going to, need to buy a dog and die alone, because they're devaluing themselves by, every time that they're engaging in those sorts of activities with all those men. It's not wholesome. It's not. And there's something about intrinsically being a wife and a mother that needs to be wholesome. Otherwise, if it's not wholesome, you're looking at, her cheating and her, valuing experiences, silly, vacations and wasting money like that, rather than investing in the family, investing in the children, investing in her husband, So anyway, that was fun, you guys. I needed that. I'm still pretty tired after the horse show on Wednesday. What day is it? And I didn't compete or anything like that. Just went to watch. But there was some walking and some climbing of bleachers. So sore, but it's worth it, and it's good because I've heard that it's important to go out and see other humans sometimes. So sometimes I have to force myself to do that. Oops, I almost knocked the whole table over. I have to force myself to do that sometimes. Sometimes I don't want to feed my soul. Sometimes it's weird. It's like I almost want to starve it. I don't think that like logically or literally in my head. I just, it takes effort to actively feed your soul, to actively protect your peace. So you have to seek out things that are going to make you laugh, or, go to a horse show and watch, beautiful horses and talk to people you haven't seen in a while. And even when part of you just is like, I just want to stay home alone and watch the political stuff and work on my videos. But I will be that's not good. My mother used to tell me, what did she say? All work and no play makes Aaron a dull girl. Because it's usually all work and no play makes a dull boy or something like that. And it's true. And I have that tendency. So I force myself to do it. And I'm happy about it. And I know that for you guys, in a lot of situations you're in, you have to force yourself, go to nature. Do something that feeds your soul, even if you don't feel like doing it. Even if you don't think it's going to work. Like I tell you, usually you'll be surprised. And if you don't believe me, I dare you to do it anyway. Dare you to do it anyway. If you don't believe you have a soul, feed it and see what happens. Because having a smile on your face, having joy in your spirit, there's nothing like it. And because you're not getting it from, your wife and kids and stuff like that, you have to seek it out elsewhere. So I hope you're doing that today. I love you guys. And again, I'll say it, protect your peace. feed your souls. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.